Good morning and welcome to our service of worship today on this second Sunday of March. It's a good time to gather together, and I see perhaps the time shift has affected us a little bit, but thank you for making sure your clock was set or that you were up early enough to come early anyway. So good to be able to gather together, and I'm sure as others arrive, they'll just come in and join us. So there are a couple of things for us to be thankful for, to be aware of. The flowers that are placed on the altar today are placed by Jess Smiley, and so we're thankful for the recognition of memories of loved ones and of the beautification of the worship space and the gift of just remembering. We also have, there's two announcements I'll make, and then I'm going to call Gail to come over, and I'll have Darlene. Where's Darlene? She's not there. You're sitting right down front. That's why I didn't see you. And I'll have them come up because they want to speak as well. So I'm officially naming that the annual general meeting for the Tsawwassen United Church will be held on the 26th, Sunday the 26th, the last Sunday of this month. It will follow our worship service. We'll finish around 11, take maybe a 10-minute break, and then move right into our annual general meeting. Depends on how the conversations and the presentation goes. It's usually at the most about an hour, and so we ask that you plan and prepare for that. I will be sending that out on an email today with the video of the service so that the rest of the congregation gets that news as well. And so want to have you help spread that word. The annual general meeting on March the 26th on Sunday. There's also, it's going to be a very busy day. So you might just want to, on that Sunday the 26th, get up in the morning and prepare yourself, bring your lunch, bring your supper, because it's going to be a full day. Because on that day we'll have worship, we'll have our annual general meeting, and then at 2:30 we will, Ron and I will be, well, Ron won't be going that day. Marla, his wife, will be filling in for him at the Mountain View for the service that I do there at 2:30. And then at 4 o'clock is our Jazz Vesper service. And Ron and 3 of his friends, musicians, will be coming and leading the music in that Jazz Vespers on Sunday the 26th. So you can see it's going to be a very full, packed day. You're welcome to come and stay and hang out today, all that day, but you can go home as well and come back and spread the word. Invite people. Let's encourage this reopening of the Jazz Vespers to really be spread around and enjoyed by many people. I think those are the things I need to speak, so I'm going to ask Gail, if you would come. We'll do that. Thank you for reminding me. But I'll have you come over, okay? We'll do the announcements and then we'll do the land.
Good morning. So there's been a lot of work that's been going on, and my husband has been my sidekick, and we've finished up all that we had on our list to do. So a couple things I just want to run by you. We now have a lending library, which is just around the corner where you hang your clothes. And very specific about the lending library, you take one puzzle or book and replace it with one puzzle or one book. I don't want other books being brought to put on the shelf, just one for one. Right now there's 35 puzzles, most of them are 1,000 pieces, and there's, what have I got here, 80 books. So enjoy. But just remember, one for one, and in good condition. The other thing I want to let you know, the meeting room down the hallway and the lounge room are now totally complete. Please enjoy them. The lounge room is just a beautiful, quiet place that you can go sit and comfy, read a book, whatever. The meeting room is all set up for board meetings, Bible study, whatever. And then the other thing that we've just completed is in the hall, those great big movable dividers that hide the tables and chairs, they've all been refurbished. And right now I went through some old pictures, and there's some funny pictures of people on there that are quite old but fun. So I had fun looking at them today. The last thing is our garage sale. There's a sign-up sheet. I just put one out there. I do have another one here. And I really need you to know that it's going to be a lot of work to set up, a lot of heavy stuff that's going to have to be moved. So if you're going to sign up for the helping to go about the church and take things into the hall, please know that it's a lot of heavy stuff. And we need people in there as well to set up. So, and then the day of the garage sale, we need help. And then after the garage sale, we really, really need some very able-bodied people to take whatever is left in the hall out to the street for the spring cleanup. I think that's it. Thank you.
I'd just like to say thank you to Rick and Dale for all the countless hours of work they got. So I think
After the service, take a walk around and see the work that's been accomplished to really brighten up our church.
And I just also have to say, it's just been a joy to do this. It's been so much fun. I love painting, so it's been fun.
Good morning. I'm here this morning to briefly explain our current outreach fundraising project. And you may have noticed there's a new display in the narthex on a display board there that outlines what this is all about. And I want to stick to my notes because we have a lot more to listen to today. On the board, you'll see a title, and you might be a bit curious why we chose that, but it's Refunds for Refugees, and that was chosen by Jean Whiteman. It has two components that's very dear to her heart. One is a humanitarian focus, and the second is an environmental focus. So we've got two things together for a reason. Now the humanitarian aspect is really detailed. It has to do with our co-sponsorship that we're sharing with our neighbor church, Benediction Lutheran. But it needs to be spoken at another time, I think, when we can take questions and get the information and not be rushed at all. So just starting on that, what is important though about the humanitarian aspect is that it deals with real people. These are, this is a family that are in Jordan, not because they wish to be, but they are Syrian refugees and they basically escaped Syria, and they are managing to get by, but it's a very precarious time for them, safety-wise, health-wise. So the people that we're looking at is, why are we dealing with them? Well, we joined forces with Benediction Lutheran, and we were approved by the board last summer to become co-sponsors. We chose to be co-sponsors so we could work with them to get this family to Canada safely. So that's all I'm going to mention on that. We're a co-sponsor, and the family consists, they're Syrian, I said, and they consist of a mom and dad and their 3 little children. And they have been waiting in Jordan now for quite some time in the hope that they will actually survive, and that's not an exaggeration. Circumstances there are really quite daunting. And the one thing I wanted to mention about them is that there's a connection between them and a family that came in 2016. Notice Floyd is, I don't think, here today, but of course he spent so much of his life, and Mary, with our church's interest and participation in refugees. This goes back many, many years now. But the family that we're bringing, or hoping to bring, are family members of the other family that came in 2016. And they came into Ladner, and they have recently their citizenship, and they have their children here. So there's a really poignant connection. And it means so much more because the people in Jordan dearly want to get to see the rest of the family and be safe, and the family here, of course, feel the same way about them. So I just wanted you to know that the humanitarian is a long story in itself. But I am thrilled to make an announcement because we did sit down together and we signed, the approval of the board that we do this, we signed on, and a formal application form went through to the federal government. This initiative is not really like the one that occurred in 2016. It's funded by the federal government, but it comes directly from the Office of the Prime Minister. So it's a high priority project. And we've been waiting in anticipation because if the proposal was not approved, then that would be the end of it. This family would be there, but that's not what we wanted to happen. So I'm really thrilled to announce that it's like an answer to prayer. After all these months, we finally got the official confirmation from the federal government that the family is approved to come to Canada. They give them a file number, and that means they will be able to come. Now, I just wanted to mention one more thing. There is a timeline, and this is why we're doing this fundraiser right now. The other family came very quickly. These people may have to wait 13 months before they actually get permission to leave the country in safety. So they're devastated by that, although it's good news, but it is in a way better this way because they will get considerable funding and attention for paperwork to prepare themselves with documents. There will be people that will help them with English language training and things that are going to make them much better prepared than the other family was when they left the country with very, very little notice. Okay, so we have the good news that we can go ahead, and that's what we're going to do. That's the focus for this. The second focus is the environmental part, and it's that April is Earth Month, and it culminates on Earth Day, April the 22nd, and there's a worldwide celebration of 192 countries that will be meeting in Somalia. And even though the planet is hurting, and we see that daily, it's to celebrate the resilience of the planet. So Canada, of course, will be represented at that, so we want to kind of share in that with our church. The credit for the fundraisers goes to Jean Whiteman, totally. It's her idea. And it's a practical vehicle that will give us ongoing funding. That's what we're needing to help the Lutheran Church meet the needs of the family while they're in Jordan. And then there's a 2-year settlement plan that will have to be funded in addition. So it is costly. So what we're hoping that you will join us in is donations for recycling. And I know everyone does that, but there are special considerations for certain items now that there never was before. And our focus is going to be on drink containers, beverage containers. All the information about which ones they are that they will take will be on the board, and we'll put it in a flyer for you. So we don't have to go into details on that, but you'll have weekly updates on what's happening. And what you do, though, is you simply collect the recyclable units that you wish to take over to our local recycling depot. I think most of you more or less know where that is. It's on 12th Avenue, south side, and it's right across from Patrick's. And it's open 7 days a week, 9 a.m. to 5:30. So you can go there anytime with other recyclable materials, if that's what you do, and bag these up separately. What you do, the last thing I want to say, what you do is when you go in, you have the bags on the counter. The manager is always there. He will count the items, and you get a refund for each item. It's 10 cents. I think, well, okay, that's not much. But Jane assures me that those items do add up. And so far, we have quite a number of the congregation that are on board with this already. What we need are more people, if you're so inclined, to join in and work on the recycling issue as an environmental cause. And just do what you can with that. So the details we don't need to do now, talk long enough. But I just wanted to tell you the good news, and that the project is a go, and we will be providing you with all the information you need.